Welcome to my channel Cine Chills. Let's enjoy the explanation of the movie. It is said that in the remote mountainous areas of northeastern Indonesia, there are still women working as undertakers. Local people believe that after death, the soul is easily lost. The deceased must be cleansed with spring water soaked in crushed jujube leaves, and then the body is wrapped in a holy white cloth and buried. Only in this way can the soul of the deceased receive guidance and love from God. Tim is a famous undertaker in a nearby village, but when he wanted to pass on his mantle to his daughter, he encountered a problem. Lela found it difficult to face the body of the deceased calmly. Every time, she would help her mother while suppressing her nausea. This time, the deceased was a middle-aged woman from the next village. It seemed that she had suffered from physical torture. Lela was about to express her opinion but was interrupted by her mother in time. The deceased is dead. The undertaker is only responsible for sending the deceased to complete the last journey of life. As for their grievances in life, there is a cycle of good and evil and karma. Today I bring you 204 Indonesia's latest horror movie, Corpse Bath. Friends who like this kind of movie may as well give it a thumbs up to support it. It was a sunny and breezy day. The village chief was going to hold a coming-of-age ceremony for his youngest son. According to local customs, everyone had to come to congratulate him. Tim's mother and several good sisters got together again. They were all widows, either widowed or divorced. So every time they got together, they always had endless topics to talk about. All kinds of gossip about the family was flying all over the place. Time quickly came to the evening. Tim prepared everything and was praying before going to bed. But at this moment, a terrifying figure suddenly appeared behind him. Tim was not scared and screamed. Seemed that this situation is not unusual. After the prayer, Tim went outside to chat with his daughter. He casually opened the gift box he brought back from the coming-of-age ceremony today, but found that the cakes inside were already crawling with maggots. An ominous premonition suddenly came to his mind. He asked Lela to lock the door and not go out. He immediately went to prepare the tools needed to collect the body. But before he left the house, there was a sudden thunder in the sky and a strong wind. Since then, there has been no peace in the village. Tim braved the rain and came to the village chief's house. The deceased was the village chief's mother, Mrs. Ada, who was also a core member of their widow squad. Seeing his friend die with his eyes open, even Tim, who has been in the business for decades, couldn't help but shrug. An old photo on the ground made him feel an inexplicable fear. After dealing with everything, Tim began to become absent-minded. After returning home, he immediately burned the blood that Ada had touched. Lela was about to say something but was stopped by her mother in time. Lela offered to help her mother burn the remaining items and accidentally saw the yellowed old photo. When Tim returned to his room, he saw something even more terrifying in the mirror. Because she was worried about her mother, Lela slept with Tim that night. Perhaps she had a premonition that something bad was about to happen. Tim talked to his daughter for a long time and told her to take good care of herself and her brother. Sure enough, in the second half of the night, a huge ghost hand fell from the sky. Although Tim noticed it, he was powerless and was soon strangled by the other party. Lela woke up in the middle of the night and found her mother's body. The grief-stricken roar suddenly broke the deathly silent night. The eldest son, Li Fu, who heard the noise, ran into the room but was also frightened by this sudden scene and fainted. The villagers soon learned about it. The next morning, people came to pay their respects to Tim. Everyone's face was filled with endless sorrow. But one person stood out. The girl, Rika, had just moved to the village and had recently become close to Lela's brother. On her face, there was no sad expression on her face, but she felt ambiguous and secretly happy. She called the neighbors who came to mourn. Lela then numbly put on her work clothes and prepared to wash her mother's body. But what she didn't expect was that her mother's eyes were wide open, as if there was some small wish that had not been fulfilled. Lela could only hold back her tears and let her mother mourn. This time, Tim's soul suddenly appeared. He held Lela's trembling hands tightly and took the most difficult step with his daughter. Lela might never have thought that the first job she completed independently was that the deceased was her own biological mother. But when she was cleaning her mouth, she actually took out a section of barbed wire seems to indicate that there is more to her mother's death than meets the eye. But Lela followed her mother's advice and did not tell anyone about it. She wanted to investigate the truth behind her mother's death herself. In the following days, Lela often had hallucinations. When she was washing the blood-stained sheets, she saw the wire floating on the water again. However, after she fished it out, it disappeared inexplicably. Since Mrs. Ada and Tim died almost at the same time, rumors soon spread among the villagers. Some even said that the village was cursed. Unexpectedly, this prophecy came true. Soon, an accident happened again in the village. Our video today ends here. Stay tuned for part 2 where we explore more chilling details. If you like it, please subscribe, follow, support me. See you in the next movie.